Good morning, guys. How are you? Well, I am in a different room today, and this room used to be my daughter's bedroom, and I'm changing it into a guest room. But not only is it a guest room, but it has bookshelves. And see the one behind me? There's my camera right now is sitting on three that are in front of me along one wall, and then there's that one behind me. And that bookcase right there, I've just been filling up with books, all kinds of books that are for you, for me to read to you. So I have had all kinds of books, and I found a program that I could put them in a library. So I've been cataloging all my books, which means I've been putting them in a computer so that I can find them and know which books that I have, just like the library at school, which you'll learn more about as you go to school more and more and you get bigger. So when I was cataloging my books, I found one that I thought I'd read to you today, and you'll never guess what it's about. What do you think it's about? Guess what it's about. Mud! I found a book on mud! Can you believe it? It is a short book, and it's kind of a silly book. It's not silly, but I mean, there's not a whole lot to it. But I wanted to read it to you and then kind of talk through it as we go through it. But the name of this book is Mud. Hopefully I'm sitting far enough back so we can see all the pictures. So here is the title page, Mud. And Mary Lynn Ray is the author. She wrote this story. Oh, and here, I'll open this up. So I'm assuming those are all little pieces of mud all over the ground or all over her paper. And this is the dedication page. And this says, for Jed, who knows about mud, for Ruby and her toes. So I don't know if those are the author's children or friends or nieces or nephews. I don't know who they are, but she wrote this book for those two people. Okay, here we go. The book on mud. I'm going to have to make sure I'm back far enough. This page says, one night it happens. It happens in one night. I think it takes more than one night, but it seems like it happens overnight. Maybe it begins in the warm of the day, and night only releases the scent. There's the picture. So, see, the sun is coming out. And in this picture, do you know what this might be here? Right here along this picture? I think it's snow. And it's melting. The snow is melting. So they're talking about it releases its scent. So that means you must be able to smell it. But it's always at night that it happens. Always at night that it happens. Someone opening a door will notice Earth becomes unfrozen. And I think they say it happens at night. It's because when you wake up in the morning and it's a new day and the weather's changed, maybe it was cold one day and the next day the sun comes out, and in the morning is usually when you know what kind of day it might be. A cold, sweet smell rises up in the ground like sap in the snow. Look at this boy. He's smelling. He said it's a sweet smell. That's debatable. By morning, brown leaves loosen from their frozen drifts and run rattling in the flapping wind. So, right now outside, have you been outside when it's been windy outside? And those leaves that have been under the snow are starting to get loose on the ground, and they're starting to blow around. Have you seen any leaves blow around in the ground right now? Small scattered stones where the sun has been seen will draw pools of grass. I don't think I read that right. Small scattered stones where the sun has seen them will thaw pools of grass. So the sun must be looking for some stones. I think we looked for stones too, didn't we? Yeah. And then when the sun sees the stones, when the warmth of the sun comes down on the stones, it heats the stones, and the stones get nice and warm. And when they're warm, they help the ground next to them get warm too. And then we start to see some of the grass and the brown earth as it warms up from the sun that comes out more in the spring. The hills will remember their color. Because what happens to the hills? There's grass on the hills, and there's trees on the hills. And so the grass starts to grow, and it starts to turn green. Winter will squish, squick, splat, slurp, melt in the mud. Oh, look at that boy. It's warm enough where winter is going away, and he's got bare feet outside, and he's stepping in the mud. Happy mud. Is there such thing as happy mud? Can mud have feelings? No. We might have feelings when we're in the mud, and they might be happy feelings, but the mud doesn't have happy feelings. Stir it. Put a stick in it. He's got a stick in the mud, and he's got a spoon, and he is playing in the mud. Dig it. Dance it. He's digging in the mud, and he's dancing in the mud. Gooey, gloppy, mucky, magnificent mud. Look at that boy's face. He is having fun in the mud. Come spring, is it spring? Come grass. Come green. That says come green. Look at his dirty feet. The end. Isn't that a cute book? So winter comes and winter goes because now it's springtime. So the sun is coming out. It melted all the snow, even though we just had snow last week for a day. Remember, it came back again, and then the sun melted it again. And yesterday was a beautiful day, and we're going to have more warm days coming. And so how fun is it going to be if this week it's warm enough for you to go play in the mud? I hope it is, because I hope you get to experience some time in the mud. I miss you guys so much. I'm so glad you can come to my house, and I'm so glad I can go to yours. I'll see you soon. Bye.